GETTYRussia President Putin was slammed by Emily Thornberry. Her comments came during a Commons debate on national security and Russia. It followed a turbulent few weeks after the poisoning of Sergei Skripal, in which Russia is implicated, and the landslide re-election of Putin. While wrapping up the debate, Ms Emily Thornberry said, "It is truly baffling that any world leader could have seen fit to congratulate Putin on that victory, whether the President of the European Commission or the President of the United States. Despite those lapses of judgment from Brussels and Washington, we all applaud the coordinated actions they and others have taken in response today in terms of diplomatic expulsions." She added that Mr Putin had seen Donald Trump and Kim Jong trading barbs about the size of their nuclear buttons, and rather than dismissing them as overgrown toddlers, had decided to join them in the ball pit. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn found himself isolated within his own party after he said he would do business with Vladimir Putin and suggested Russia should be sent samples of the nerve agent to check if it was responsible. Emily Thornberry, along with Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell, Shadow Defence Secretary Nia Griffith, and Shadow Brexit Secretary Sir Keir Starmer, all sided with the Prime Minister and blamed Russia. At a UN conference on disarmament in Geneva, the row over the attack on Sergei Skripal blew up between Britain and Russia. While the UK accused Moscow of telling half-truths and half-lies, Russian diplomats quoted Mr Corbyn in defense of the Putin regime. GETTYRussia. Jeremy Corbyn found himself isolated with his stance. Russian diplomats claimed the UK was not living up to its obligations by failing to share evidence with the Kremlin on the case, and said Russia should be considered innocent until proven guilty. Denis Davidov, a Russian representative, said, "We would note that even the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, has asked to have at least a parliamentary appraisal of the investigation, but he has also received a negative response, and I don't need to comment any further on this. Germany has confirmed it will expel 4 Russian diplomats from its nation over Moscow's suspected involvement in the chemical attack on Mr Skripal and his daughter Yulia earlier this month." Germany's Foreign Office in Berlin said in a statement, "Today we have expelled 4 Russian diplomats from Germany, because after the poison attack in Salisbury, Russia is still not contributing to solving what happened." GETTYRussia. Several countries have expelled Russian diplomats. Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas added, "We did not make the decision to expel the Russian diplomats lightly. With this we are also sending a sign of solidarity to Great Britain. Russia remains required to finally fulfill its responsibility to take up a constructive role and fulfill its duty to provide clarification." Meanwhile, Donald Trump has ordered the expulsion of 60 Russians from the USA and closed the Russian consulate in Seattle. Senior U.S. officials said the order includes 12 Russian intelligence officers from Russia's mission to the United Nations headquarters in New York, and reflects concerns that Russian intelligence activities have been increasingly aggressive. Senior U.S. administration officials told reporters, speaking on condition of anonymity, Poland and France will also expel 4 Russian diplomats from their nations, while Lithuania is expelling 3 of Vladimir Putin's envoys and banning 44 people entering the country. Latvia will expel 1 diplomat, and the Netherlands Prime Minister Mark Rutte also said it will expel 2 Russian diplomats. In total, 14 EU member states have expelled Russian officials, the President of European Council Donald Tusk confirmed.